What's going on, people? Guns blazing back at it again. Guys, Duel Carnival just came out, and this is where you unlock Espa Roba and JINZO. So we'll be taking a look at all the new cards added with this event, as well as all the new stuff we get from Espa Roba. But first, let's have a quick word on how to actually unlock Espa Roba and JINZO. So you head over to this event page, you pick a side. It's going to be Spellcasters versus Dragons this time. For the first question, honestly, it doesn't matter what you choose. Whatever you pick, you'll get to use whoever you want and whatever deck you want. I picked Dragons for my boy Seto, but that doesn't mean that I had to play Dragons. So I just won myself, a handful of duels here. Each victory gives points equal to how many duel assessment points that you get. Stack these up, and once you win like 6 or 7 duels, you'll probably have enough points to unlock Espa Roba, which unlocks at 27,000. Espa Roba's deck contains 1 copy of JINZO. Obviously, I already switched his starter deck up a bit. You can have more than 1 copy of JINZO, but we'll go over how to do that later. First, let's go over these reward cards. Alright, so, Monster Reborn. Some Bajos might be going wild because of the hype that comes with a name. Like, ooh, Monster Reborn. But this specific card comes with a harder condition than Monster Reborn itself. You need 3 monsters in the grave, at least. So either the duel's gonna have to drag on a little bit, or you'll have to use some kind of discard or self-mill effects to fuel this up. Also, it's your graveyard only. Monster Reborn, both players' graveyards. This one, only your graveyard. So while I do see some decks being built around it, I definitely don't see this card becoming a staple that can be stuck in every deck. Master Gig might as well be Master Garbage. Battle of the Garbage, Heartless Drop-Off might not seem garbage because you can counter Fur Hires and Amazonas with it, but honestly it'll only be decent if those decks are really popular. I'm talking Fur Hires at least 4 out of every 5 duels. Otherwise it's bad, bricky against everything else you face. Teleport Garbage, we've already seen a card like this for zombies. It's called Call of the Mummy. And at the start of the duel, it's okay, but it instantly becomes useless on the field or as a top deck if you already have stuff out, which is most of the time. Alright, let's talk about JINZO. JINZO is really hyped because he dominated in the TCG at the time of his release. But does that necessarily mean he's going to dominate right here and now in Duel Links? No, it doesn't. Sure, he negates all trap effects, so goodbye Wall D, Treacherous Trap Hole, Amazonas Onslaught, etc, etc. That's pretty good. However, he's definitely not invincible. Duel Links currently has many ways to deal with JINZO that don't require traps. Monster effects that kill, such as Marksman Furry, Noble Knight Dristan. We got quick plays like Econ and Super Rush. We have easily summonable monsters that just attack over the top of JINZO. We have Sphere Ebola, you name it. All easy and accessible ways to deal with JINZO. On top of that, he's a tribute monster. And although you may argue that there are ways to summon him without tributing, most of these are actually clunky and unreliable. For this reason, I don't see JINZO as dominant enough to have a deck built around him. But that doesn't mean he can't be a useful one-of in already strong decks. I'm talking stick a JINZO in a Fur Hire deck or with Silent Magician so you can negate both spells and traps, and that might actually be pretty good. Now let's look at Espa Roba's rewards. Psychic Vision, new skill, interesting concept. You can see your opponent's hand until the end of your first turn. This does mean you can know whatever they set, but you can't read the actual cards. Like, you can't click on the cards and read them. So as you can see right here, you can see the opponent's hand, and if they set cards, you'll know exactly where they set them. And once they're set, you can't see them. So that means you'll actually have to be good at identifying cards just by the small picture when you see them in your opponent's hand. In addition, your opponent can't use effects that require revealing cards in the hand. For example, Golden Ladybug. Here's the killer though. Your starting hand will be reduced by 1 card, and I think that just completely guts the skill. Because card advantage and consistency is worth way more than just information and knowing what your opponent has. Imagine going first with this and then having 3 cards and your opponent has 5 when they draw a card. Ancient Telescope and Mesmeric Control aren't really new, and they're bad. We got Amplifier. This is garbage. It's an equip card that only equips to JINZO. So right off the bat, that's like 2 red flags. But it lets you use traps when your JINZO is on the field. It also creates synergy issues because you'll be putting traps in your deck to take advantage of Amplifier. But then you might also never draw into it while you do have JINZO and you do have your traps. Then what? JINZO 7, Garbage, JINZO Returner, probably garbage. It might see some cheese since it can summon Jinzo when it's sent to the grave, and that could be from anywhere, hand, deck, or field. However, the summoned Jinzo dies at the end of the turn, so you'll need to kill fast, and it's useless during the opponent's turn. Jinzo Lord is hot trash, and it's pretty sad to see that this guy takes up 3 reward slots in Roba's rewards. You basically sack a Jinzo you already control to special summon him, and he only gets slightly stronger and allows you to destroy face-up trap cards and deal 300 for each one you destroy. This is not a big upgrade from being able to negate all traps anyway. Definitely not worth the huge brick chance you add when you add this to the deck. Psychic Onslaught. This is the way to get more copies of Jinzo. It adds 1 or 2 to your deck at the start of the duel. I'm not that hyped about it. It's good for a Jinzo themed deck, but as I said, I don't really feel that Jinzo is good enough that you would like center a deck around him and be competitive with it. He's best used as tech material and or just a one of in certain decks. Quarantine is Garbo, you know, you just go -1 to know stuff. If you want to know stuff, just learn how to read cards or use Mind Scan, but don't use this garbage right here. And last but not least, all the way at level 40, everything else is pretty much recycled. You got your Jinzo Ejector. Level 4 with solid stats, 800 attack, 2000 defense. Its name is treated as just Jinzo, so you can use it for those abominations of cards, namely Amplifier and Jinzo Lord. The effect is pretty beautiful though. You contribute it, add a Jinzo monster from your deck to your hand, reveal all your opponent's set spells and traps, and then you can special summon Jinzo monsters from your hand up to the number of traps revealed. Now that's a decent effect. Unfortunately, you won't be pushing a Jinzo themed deck to viability, but I do suggest if you want to run this guy to run Psychic Onslaught, so you can still use the effect even if you have 1 Jinzo in your hand already. That's it for now. This is kind of a different video from what I usually post. It's more informational and less gameplay style, but hopefully we'll have a video on some Jinzo gameplay soon. Stay tuned, keep it cringy, and this is your boy gunsblazing, signing out.
Next into the tank is a high-tech solution to achieve the perfect fit.
Hi, I'm Miles Penn. I'm here from San Francisco, and I'm seeking $2.5 million in exchange for a 10% equity stake in my company, M. Taylor. As a guy, I hate going to the mall and trying on clothes. But online shopping is even worse because I'll order 5 shirts just to get 1 that fits okay. Custom clothing provides the perfect fit, but it's really expensive and it's even more of a hassle than regular shopping until now.
Dan's game,
M. Taylor
dude.
sells men's custom shirts by measuring you with your phone's camera, and we're 20%
Poggers.
more
Imagine
accurate
this
than a
phone's
professional
camera,
tailor.
dude.
In the M. Taylor app, there are over 10,000 unique shirt combinations, but it's incredibly simple to order. Let's order the shirt I'm wearing right now. You start by picking out your fabric. I like this heavy purple Oxford, which is a nice
Heavy
casual
purple
fabric.
Oxford Poggers,
Next, you
dude.
pick out your collar. We'll go with the casual button down. Now here is an M. Taylor specialty, tucked versus untucked.
Tucked versus
You won't find
untucked.
tucked and untucked options
Poggers.
for shirts in stores.
Wow.
He just went there,
Not a good way to start a pitch.
He just went
But
there.
now, we get to the measurement process is incredibly easy, and it takes less than 30 seconds. And David
Less
here
than
will show
30
us how
seconds,
easy it really
poggers.
is. The first thing you do is change into form-fitting clothing, which David's already done. Next, you
He's
find a
already
wall you can lean your
changed.
device against. So as you put your device down, the level tells you which way to lean it. Once it turns green, you're ready to stand back and get into position. And then you do a single spin.
A
And
single
after he's done
spin?
spinning, and then you're done. So sharks, do yourself a favor and stop wearing another man's clothing. Thank you.
Dan's game, dude.
Barbara, stop
Another
wearing
man's
clothing, okay?
The value of $25 million.
Stanford math is your
Next into the tank is a high...
The calibration off. The shape of your curve is down into the real people. Trying to fit, sometimes is trying to get the rest of this is nasty. Building a company from scratch, that the rest of this is from the United States. Building a company from scratch remotely from the United States. Get the stuff made. Trying to sell it to real people. Trying to fit millions and millions of different body combinations. It's about your 10,000 combinations here. That's just hard business. And so far, it's not going that great for you. Right? So I disagree with that. You had to take the gas. You had to let the gas off. The shape of your curve is down and to the right instead of up and to the right. And you've got good explanations for that, but it's still down, right? So I want to know, are your existing investors willing to invest at the same $25 million price, or are you trying to take advantage of the sharks here?
Sharks are still in, but they question the high valuation that Miles came in for his custom shirt technique and table.
Are your existing investors willing to invest at the same $25 million price, or are you trying to take advantage of the sharks here?
I'm not trying to take advantage of anyone. I think it's a fair deal. I think if we were to go raise a Series A, that would be a very fair valuation.
Perfectly insane.
My concern is that that's not reflected in the valuation, right? You realize China isn't set up yet. That's pushed your calendar out a little bit.
Yeah, you're right.
And so that's normally not the precursor for asking for a 2.5x on your last valuation.
I definitely understand. I think just given the fact that we have 1.4, we think we can get to ramen profitability. We'd like to put the gas.
Ramen profitability is not attractive to an investor who's looking for a big return on their money. Profitability means the business makes enough money to buy noodles for everybody. The business makes enough money to buy noodles for everybody.
Where I'm come from, it's called a wing dinner profitability.
Wing dinner.
Wing dinner.
But you right now are priced to perfection, and I can't pay a perfect price for a company that isn't perfect right now. For that reason, I'm out.
Oh, baby, a triple.
Well, you say, hey, I made a mistake in doing this, I'm going to China, the projections are wrong. You're explaining it away, but what bothers me is there's no shame factor at all. It just seems like a party chatter almost.
So my
stay awake at night, worried about what your next mistake is going to be.
I've been worried about China. It's like...
You don't worry to me. For that reason, I'm out.
Can't please everyone.
Whoa. Well, I don't really like you, but I like the concept. You came in with a little bit
and then going at a much higher different strategic vision. I'm interested in for the near future, ramping up our own clothing.
And I want to license it out.
Yeah, I think we have different strategic visions. I'm interested in for the near future, ramping up our own clothing and going at a much higher valuation.
This is good stuff, bro.
You want 22.5 valuation, 2.5 million.
And our objective is to license this, correct?
So that's something I think we really need to discuss. We're very focused on the near term, not licensing. I think it would potentially derail the company.
That just becomes a really big challenge, because at this point I have to look at it like this. I think that we can be great strategic partners, but if I go and take my $2.5 million and try to concentrate on finding a software very similar to yours, I can own 100% of what I'm currently doing.
And I think if you want to go do that, I think by all means go ahead.
Dude, this guy has attitude, bro.
What if I said to you, look, I'm interested in you, but I don't want you to go to China, because I actually think you're going to fail.
Oh, this guy's racist.
You're going to go and try and reinvent the wheel manufacturing shirts, when really what you should be doing is perfecting this technology, taking out that delay you talked about, while somebody with a real brand.
Dude, his pupils are so dilated. Look at that.
I can help you do that. If you really have a better mousetrap, that's interesting to me. I'll give you the $2.5 million in debt. I want 2.5% of the company.
2.5%? Are you crazy?
7% on
Are
the
you
debt,
good?
okay? I'll give you 36 months to pay it back. It's not unreasonable.
Yeah, 7% a year.
Yeah.
It's actually not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah.
It's not a bad
It's the most
deal.
reasonable deal I've ever heard from you.
That's venture debt. Your company should be able to support that at this point.
That's a deal. You can't turn that down.
Mark, do you have a counter?
So
Here's my problem, right? You're similar to me, with even more arrogant than I was, if that's possible.
Good one, Mark.
Yeah, when I first had my first company, and I wrote code and I did all the systems integration. The fact is that you're the one that has to go to China. That is the hugest mistake you'll ever make, because it says either you're afraid or don't know how to hire and build bench strength. So my problem isn't the valuation, right? My problem is that you don't have the skill set yet to be able to create that acceleration. I'm out.
He's out.
Thank you, Mark. Really appreciate it.
He's out, dude. He's actually out.
What do you say?
Unfortunately, we're interested in equity partners that are going to be fully invested in the company. We don't want to have a big balloon payment over our heads. So, unfortunately, unless you want to go equity, we're going to have to decline.
When you walk out that door, it's over. And you're going to go home tonight and cry like a baby.
Cry like a baby.
When you say no to an offer like that, it actually shows me you don't have as much confidence in the business as I thought you did.
So I have a lot of confidence in the business. I don't have as much confidence in paying back $3 million exactly when he needs it.
I can't believe you're not taking it. I'm shocked.
I gotta say no.
All right, you're a dead shirt walking to me. Turn around and get out of here.
Please just go away.
What?
All right, thank you guys. It's been great.
Take care.
There's a reason I'm out.
I feel like
for that
I gave
reason
out
I'm out.
an offer that I knew we could accept. Unfortunately, none of the sharks took me up on it. And, you know, I bent as much as I thought was reasonable for our business.
I'm in.
Because I believe in it so much, and I know where we're going.
And for that reason, I'm out. Your pupils are too dilated. And for that reason, I'm out. He tried to blow up the parliament, and for that treason, I'm out. Before you started your speech, you took a deep breath. For that reason, I'm out. Oh, that almost exposed me, dude.
How do you grip your
Good thing I'm on a. Good thing I was on an incognito browser. Dude, where'd the comments go? You have nice eyes and a good looking jawline. For that reason, I'm out. I can only hear from the one earbud, and for that reason, I'm out. Roses are red. Mark Cuban got clout. And for that reason, I'm out! I'm actually out, dude. I'm gone. I'm gone. Woo! What a night.
Let me disarm you. I'm not trying to own you. I just wanna know what it feels like to have your body so close. Let me absolve you of the past that controls you. I just wanna know what you look like without a weight on your soul. I know somewhere we could get away. If you wanna find another place, love, disappear and never leave a trace. I'll take you anywhere you want.